Hello everyone and welcome to the railway today. Thank you for joining me today, it really means a lot. And firstly and foremostly, my sincerest prayers and thoughts to you all out there, to your families and loved ones during these uncertain days. And I just want to make sure that you're all okay. And thank you for joining me today, it really means a lot. And this old model railway lark, our wonderful and glorious hobby, is one of the things that is keeping us strong during these days of uncertainty, and we don't know how long it's going to go on for, and it's certainly going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. Anyway, in the meantime, we are to stay at home, obviously, keep ourselves safe, keep our loved ones safe, and it doesn't matter what age you are. If you've been a seasoned modeller for decades, or you've just begun this wonderful, glorious hobby called model railways, it's a great way to make the use of the time we've been given. The good Lord above's given us so many hours of time now to have on our hands, whereas before sometimes you don't get enough time to do the hobby. But for most of us at least, we've got something to keep our minds occupied, this wonderful thing called model railways. Doesn't matter what scale you model, whether it's Hornby 00, N gauge, O gauge, big stuff, small stuff. It's what keeps us, one of the things that keeps us going excuse me, going in these times of uncertainty. Anyway, my sincerest wishes to you all out there watching this video. Anyway, moving on, I wanted to show you some ideas that I've been doing on the layout, which is obviously why I'm doing the video, to keep you guys up to speed and just something to do basically. Got a few quiet moments. He says that with anticipation when you've got a 6-year-old little girl that's just climbing the walls at the moment. But anyway, apart from that, I thought I'd share some ideas today that I've been doing on the layout. Just some tips and some things that maybe you could sort of feed off of, and if you haven't done so already, have a go yourself. Anyway, talking about lighting. Well, today obviously is quite a glorious day outside. It's been lovely in the UK weather-wise. Last week over the Easter Holy Week, it's been really nice. And today in South London, it's quite sunny outside. As you can see, the old sun's coming through my window there and onto the layout a little bit. Now, lighting, model railway terms, brings things to three-dimensional life. And on my layout, I do have some lights. They've been there for a little bit now, but more recently, this area, which is the engine shed over there, in my recent video or so ago, before I did the London Underground Central Line cab view uploads, there's a video, if you skim back, it's called Lights, Camera, Action, and explains the purpose that I put an LED that was redundant from something else. I used it with the circuit board it was on, and I stuck it inside the engine shed, which is in the camera shot now. And it really had quite a bright floodlight appearance inside, which was a little bit too bright in my opinion after reviewing the video on YouTube and looking at it and thinking about it. And I thought, oh, that LED is definitely a little bit too bright. It's like a football pitch sort of floodlight inside, and that's not the case. In most steam sheds, the light inside, be it natural or man-made, was always very gloomy and very atmospheric. It wasn't sort of floodlit like it is nowadays in a modern diesel or electric motor power depot. So anyway, what I did, all of my wiring on the layout for these lights, they're all previously in what's called a series circuit, where all the legs are sort of daisy chained together and then it's all connected. What I did, actually separated them all and started to rewire underneath the layout into what's known as a parallel circuit, where we've got all the negative legs of the lights together, all the positive lights separately together, and then put the two main lot together on one main feed. So obviously the result is, if I flip this switch, oh, wrong one, try again, that's the one. As you can see, it's much more brighter, as you can see from the camera shot there, and it is a nice, much more of a warmer glow inside the engine shed compared to that really, like I said, sports pitch floodlit appearance, which I wasn't too keen on after seeing it. And after a while, basically the bulb, I think it either just stopped working or it just blew. But either way, there was excuse for me to rip it out and put in a grain of wheat bulb to replace the LED, which I think basically looks much better. And as mentioned, I've rewired everything on a parallel circuit. That's the whole shebang on the layout. So if we turn our attention over here, we've got those ones lit up over there, which are much brighter. And then if we go back over here, we put the, sorry, let me just zoom out a little bit, there we are, the goods depot. Again, we've got much brighter lighting, but it's not over bright, it's more of a warm soft glow. And even by daylight standards, on the daylight today, you can notice these lights noticeably if when they're illuminated by the switch. The only thing that's missing that I'll reveal is the goods dock or loading dock here. This used to be illuminated, hang on, get out the bin. It used to be illuminated with this. This is an LED strip, had this for quite some time, but unfortunately when 16 volts went through the entire lighting circuit on the layout, everything else lit up okay, but this didn't like it too much and it went pop, so that's no good. So I'll just reveal this underneath here just to be nosy. This does come off. If we lift it off, as you can see, that's where the LED strip used to sit on those stanchions there, but as you can see the wiring's been taken out and we're just waiting now for some more to be ordered. In actual fact, I went onto eBay and they do these 12 volt LED strips that are all pre-wired. You get the cable to plug it in, and obviously the other end you put into your wire inside and your layout. They're self-adhesive and they're low voltage, so on 12 volts they're going to work perfectly okay. So I figured what I'd do, I'd just basically get those when they come shortly, or whenever they turn up in the post at the moment, and then once they're all fitted underneath here and wired in, I'll give you an update when that's all relit up again, because I do miss that being lit up because it does give it a dimension at night time. Anyway, that's all from the lighting side of things. So as mentioned, once that LED strip comes from eBay, I'm going to just put that in place and connect it up, and it should be nice. But what also I'm going to do, the next project for the layout, is we're going to be putting in some street lamps, which I'm going to start from where the second level crossing is up there, where the box is, signal box to the left, and we're going to stagger those lights all the way along the little lane there, up to the level crossing, stop, and then across from the first level crossing, and then down and round and along that little lane there we're going to put some street lights. And I can't see nothing now obviously because I haven't got them, but in my mind's eye I can imagine they're going to look pretty good once I fit those up. All will be revealed once they turn up and I put them in, or do an update for you guys out there. But that's a little exciting project that's coming your way, so do keep your tabs on the old channel to look for updates as and when I put that up, they arrive. Because at the moment in the UK and most of the world our postal service is a little bit haywire. It's not the postman's fault, it's the way things are at the moment, obviously with the coronavirus. So we just have to sit tight and be patient, and whilst we're waiting we can get on with doing other things. Anyway, as mentioned, wiring your stuff in parallel requires one of these. What is that? What is that object? Yes, you know what that is. It's a bus. Clues in the answer. Bus bar. Right, basically, for those that you don't know, a bus bar is something that comes in very, very handy if you've got loads of lights on the layout, for example, and you want to wire them in what's known as a parallel circuit. So you put all your negative leads from your light bulb or your light switch, whatever, put them all the negatives to one set of wires. On the other side, put all your positive legs together, and then just take the two cables basically and join them together on one positive leg, and then a negative leg on the opposite side. You connect those to that side, and obviously you feed the whole lot with a positive and negative live cable. That's known as a bus bar in theory. So what I did, I was trying to think to myself, oh, how could I come up with, not manufacturing, but designing something that would work in the theory of a bus bar, a negative and a positive long strip of contact, insulated so they don't touch each other, and something really, you know, on the cheap, because at the moment you can't get out to the shops and I haven't got much cash flow at the moment. So I'm thinking I've got to invent something. So this is what I came up with. We're going to go underneath the baseboard. So if you've got your hard hats and your lamps at home, put them on. We're going to go underneath the baseboard. Mind your heads, it could get ugly. Here we go. Right, there, mind the spiders. So what I've done here, let me just show you a little ingenious idea. Right, ugh. Can't get it focused, come on, there we go. Right, this is an old piece of Hornby track that I've turned upside down so its sleeper's facing you upwards, and super glued it basically to the underside of the baseboard and put all my negative leads onto one side and all the negative leads onto the other side. So basically this is a bus bar. So we've got the two rails acting as conductors, and like I said, all the positive leads from all the lights are on one rail and all the negative leads are on the other side, and then the whole thing at one end is fed with the incoming live positive and negative feeds, which originally would have fed everything in the series circuit, but now it's on the piece of track on each rail acting as a bus bar. So in fact the piece of rail in layman's terms is a bus bar. So if you're thinking at home about underneath your baseboard how to do something like this, it's easy, simple little idea. If you've got an old piece of track you don't throw it away, because if you're planning on doing loads of lighting underneath the layouts or loads of stuff that you need to do, you can use it as a bus bar rather than going out and sourcing copper or whatever. The only way I was thinking about doing this as well, if you've got a wire coat hanger for example, and you got a pair of decent heavy duty pliers, and you could cut the pieces of wire coat hanger to size and mount them underneath on insulating blocks or whatever piece of wood. You could do it that way. But either way, a little clever idea I thought, and it's perfectly okay. All that black stuff hanging down, that material was just the material that come underneath the side of the ping pong table, because obviously when I bought it, it's not designed to be a model railway layout. It's designed to be a ping pong table, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the integrity of the layout. But I just ripped some away when I was doing my wiring the other night. But anyway, that's what I've done. Though it doesn't look too pretty, but underneath the baseboard it does the job. I mean, it's not gonna, no one's gonna see it, but that's the main idea. So anyway, a little bit of simple ideas there, everybody. Somebody commented, before I carry on any further on the video today, somebody commented the other day. They said, great layout, great video, but why are you playing bland music in the background? Well, the answer is, my choice of background music is my choice. I think it fits it okay. And I think the whole purpose is, at the moment, we need to be calm. We need to be relaxed. And if we can find ways to just relax and be calm, and to find something that's very calm and relaxing to watch or listen to at the same time, it's job done. You know? But for the purpose of that person who made that comment, perfectly fine. I welcome comments like that. You know, whether they're good comments or bad comments, you know, everything helps. So what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm going to run some trains, because the person said I'd like to hear trains running, the noise of the trains on the track. So what I'll do in a minute, I will be running some trains, and I'm going to leave this video without any background music today, because normally in my videos you've got the nice sort of mellow music in the background. Today it's just going to be my voice, and then in a minute I'm going to cut off and just have some trains running and let the trains speak for themselves, as so to speak, okay? So anyways, I'll see you in a bit. I'm just going to go grab a cup of tea, and I'll be back soon with some more trains. Hi everyone, well, let's get onwards from running some trains. And like I said, for those of you out there that just like to hear the noise of the train's wheels and the things on the track, then this could be for you. Anyway, not sure if you're all eaten yet, but I thought we'd start off with our first course with some nice spam. If you don't like spam, I'm sure you like this one. Okay, next up, like I said, people want to hear the trains. So the trains you shall hear. And coming around now on track 2 is my Lima Class 52 Western that I gave a gloss finish to. And she looks the business, doesn't she, with all those rated coaches behind her. Okay, YouTubers, well, this is the end of the video now, so I just thought I'd drop by and say goodbye and thank you so much for watching the video today. I've recorded this over 2 days, obviously, and I just hope you've enjoyed the sights and sounds of the railway. Anyway, until next time, thanks for watching, take care, may you stay safe with all your families, let's keep together in the hobby, let's keep in touch, and take care. Goodbye now.